is going to consist of some tips and tricks on working your way through roll call to get the most out of it, some things you should pay extra attention to. I'm actually going to have a couple of recommendations on sections to ignore. And even though I'm going to record and post this, let's try to keep that among ourselves. So let me share my screen. And you should all see roll
Yes.
call here in front of you. Okay, so
Yes.
just so you know that there will be um, a set of links, quick links that I'll send out after the class as usual to not class session to give you an indicate, get you right to certain places you might want to go without any delay. And just something to note that, like any website, roll call is a work in progress. I did my first website back when I was doing marketing communications for a client in 1996. And so that many years later, it's still not finished. So please keep in mind that roll call is a work in progress and that anything I tell you is subject to move or change, and hopefully that move or change will be
Is,
for the better.
are the people that edit and alter the website and such, are they paid people or are they volunteers as well?
No, they're part of the paid staff, and some of them may be contracted staff, all contracted also for specific expertise on that. So, but let's run it down. Top menu. Well, all I've got on the top menu is this little navigation symbol there. If I open my screen up, ta-da, here's my top menu. This is my fake account that I use for training and testing purposes, which is why it's got that wacky name. But just to know that if you're on mobile or you're working with a smaller screen, if you click on that icon, you get the rest of the menu. And then just to say, here's some of the things you can ignore. The bottom, the footer, pretty much comes from Team Rubicon USA .org, which is our public website, and really has nothing special on it for great internal stuff for gray shirts. So we can just focus on the meat of the matter here. We're going to review the horizontal menu bar at the top and the vertical on this side. So the first thing I wanted to point out to you, and of course, somebody fixed something and broke something else. But the most important thing, and I think you guys all know this already if you've been coming to Jersey Thursday before, the most important thing are the points of contact. So your point of contact for your metro is the name at the top. What sort of fell off during the last upgrade, it should say state there, where you have Val Nardoni, who was our state administrator, who actually I think also just came back from Crying Eagle and is going to be back in the pilot seat for New Jersey again. The Work your way, if you have an issue, you need some help, work your way down the list. That's the best way to do that. And then, if you're attending Jersey Thursday, even if I'm not on that list, you can always contact me. So these are your Team Rubicon BFFs. This is the place to get started. Okay. Now, I'm going to get some indications here. It's going to say region, which is something that that is not going to show up much longer. We're going to be getting rid of the references to us being in FEMA regions, but we're in the Northeast Territory. This slacker in my test account has not started his background check yet. I can't do a background check for a fake account, so I'm not going to try. Edit profile. This is one of the more significant pages on roll call, and I think you've all done it. And just a couple of things to point out. mobile phone number, date of birth, emergency contact information, all needs to be included and accurate in order for you to deploy. If you, even though there's no asterisk here next to emergency contact information, if you don't include this information, you cannot deploy and you may not get the call to deploy if it's not filled in. So be sure you do that. I can't stress that enough. You can pretty much change anything on this page from this
Except
page
your email.
except your email.
Right.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
No, that's quite all right. If you need to change your email, because everything is based on, that's the one sort of solid thing that from which everything else gets referenced. So if you need to change your email, you need to do a help desk ticket. And I'll show you how to do a help desk ticket. Okay. So this is all pretty straightforward. Going to make sure that you see here, we've got the password for the members only section of the TR store. So if you want stuff from that part of the store, you can always come back here and get the secret password.
Always.
Pretty sure it's always, yeah. Easy to remember, but always here if you want to get to it, okay? This has recently been broken down into sections. We've got skills and experience, languages, deactivate account in this section. I'll start with deactivate account. You probably don't want to click this unless you really want to kiss Team Rubicon goodbye. Because what it does is it erases everything. It erases the record of your classes. It erases the records. Excuse me. It erases the records of your classes, of your
So note
deployments.
to self, don't push the button. They should put that one in red.
Well, once you go through the process, it doesn't get finalized until a paid TR staff member talks to you about it. So you get a call saying, hey, you really want to do this? Okay. Because we want to know why. So under skills and experience, this is one of those areas where you can do a lot or you could do a little. Okay. My suggestion is to find a middle ground. Okay. If you've got a skill, you can add a new skill and they fall into categories, and you can search for those categories. You can search.
I spent a lot of time doing all that. I got it over and done with the first time. That way.
Just copy and paste the info from your resume.
Exactly.
Some of it I don't have on my resume, which is why I spent a lot of time doing it.
And also, we're going to point to an area in a little bit about where we're going to point a little bit to where the you can upload certificates, and if you have certifications in areas that don't appear in the drop down for the, excuse me just a second, I've got a dog underfoot that I need to get rid of here.
Please, he's a gray shirt too.
She.
I'm about getting one of those dog gray shirts for my dog at some point.
But this is a good place to group together things that may not be in the drop down for the certifications in the upload area. So you can kind of group those together and put them here. My experience is that this is not viewed frequently, but when something weird happens, it's very likely that they're going to be looking for people with unique skills to go there. Oops.
Well, they do use what I found out when I got the Kitchen Witch thing, that they do use Datamine, which is an app to look for certain skills.
Okay.
Which is how they found out about my restaurant experience and made me the Kitchen Witch. Anyway, go on.
No, that's cool. Languages is just a place to put languages that you speak that may be valuable depending upon where our deployments take us, especially if you sign up for international deployments. Well, take me back. Okay. Deployment info, one of the most important screens, and I don't know if it's relevant to anybody here, is this Get Deployable screen, which basically says, have you taken TR 101? Have you knocked out ICS 100 700? Have you completed your background check? Is your profile complete? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and as you may know right now, because of the COVID situation, lots of opportunities to deploy gray shirts and kind of a shortage of gray shirts. ICS 100 and 700 are waived, but it is coming back. Is there anybody here who doesn't have ICS 100 and 700? Okay, great. Good on you. Now, here's the part that I'll snip it out when I post the video. The assignable reserve and general availability are being deprecated. They will no longer be used in the very near future. So just don't bother. That's all I'm going to say. My events is really important. And what I'm going to do for my events is I'm going to go to a different screen because my fake person has no events there. But on my real events, I can show you, and now you should be looking at Firefox. I've got a whole list of things here. Now, these events are the real live things you've done plus operations. So it's the live training, the live service projects, the any operations you've been on. For me as a city administrator, I have meetings that I've gone to that with veteran service organizations, etc., that are all listed there too. I've got, I think it's on the next screen
Okay,
where
so
I was
it's not
on.
just events, it's also meetings for any kind of leadership position.
Correct. All of those things go under the umbrella name of events.
Right.
So
Oh,
anything where
that's
you
good to
pick,
know.
when you pick, yeah, anything that anything other than online training is considered an event. And we need to know that as we move to the
Yeah,
next
that's
couple
going
of
to be good
places.
to know for me to keep track of everything going forward eventually.
Well, also, one of the things that appears here that's kind of important is if you register your availability for an operation, you can check the status of your registration here.
Right.
It will give you your registration status information. I don't have one that I can show you right now, but this is important to know because what has happened in the past is people's dispatch instructions went into the spam folder. Okay.
Oh, so you
You
can
can look at
actually see
this,
when you've been activated even if you haven't actually seen the email yet.
and if
Yes.
you accidentally delete the email completely, you can come back here and get your dispatch instructions right off your event.
Yeah, when you click on the event, it'll say pack your go bags.
Exactly. It's all there. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's one of the plus things about this section. Okay. I'm gonna go back to the other screen so I'm not revealing too much of my private information here. So my events, if we go to online, oops, sorry. If we go to online training transcript, this is really your online classes.
Oh,
So
I know
this
what
would be,
it
if I
is.
went to complete it in my fake thing, this is TR 101 is right here. There's another class that I started, T Rubicon Culture, but didn't finish. This is my fake personality. My real personality has many more things on it. But
Oh yeah,
these are the
mile
things
long.
that are the self-paced classes. These are the ones in which there is no live human being on the other side. Okay?
Oh, hey
And
Neil, that
yeah,
reminds me, before I forget, just real quick, if you could, before closing out of everything, once all this is done, if you could walk me through how to submit a ticket again, I kind of forgot. I got
I'm
to
gonna get
submit a
there.
ticket for that PIO thing.
It's on my lesson plan.
Oh, okay. Well, that works.
Okay. So here we've got the these are would all remember these are the ones things you've taken online that do not have a human on the other side of the conversation. Okay. It's all the automated stuff. All right. Going back to profile, loading external documents.
Oh, please with that.
Now, one of the things is
Oh,
that this is
oh.
a place where you would upload your ICS certificates and any other certificates that are in this multitude. I'll give it a moment because it's a big menu loading here.
Well, while it's loading, Neil, I guess we can mention from our conversation, if you happen to have a FEMA course that's not in the list, just add it to your skills.
Exactly.
Right, but you
Exactly.
can still upload the document.
You can upload the document. Odds of it getting seen are pretty slim. Because I know what it looks like on the other side. Um,
Oh,
but
definitely.
anyway, this is where you would upload. If you get lost, okay, there is, wait, there was,
There was.
hang on,
So was it get help?
there was a link to get help.
Yeah.
Past tense.
Right. That's probably the way of the state. Regardless, I will send you the help document in the Linkorama afterwards. But I'm
You
just going to
know,
note.
I
All
took a
right. Mm-hmm.
I took a couple international courses from the UN, etc. And for the international qualification for deployment, it's a completely different sort of protocol. But you go through the same process. It says if you have international documents to blah, 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 upload here. So
Mm-hmm.
you do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you go to the regular spot, which you just showed to upload documents, transcripts, classes, whatever, certificates. So I did that, and they still don't appear on my
Hmm.
thing. I don't know.
Send me a note. Send me an
Okay.
email, and I can look into it tomorrow.
I
Okay.
mean, it very
Because
well could
I
be
get to
because
see
it's
what's on the other side.
international.
I mean, these are BA, SE, whatever it is, basic security through CCD, whatever it is. I took
I,
these long, drawn-out safety briefings and international deployment and UN classes and all this, and I got all these certificates, and I uploaded them to the international link, and then I tried to upload them to the regular certificate link, and thought I had done that. And even though they've been approved, because they have to be approved, I guess, by NOC,
Mm-hmm.
and they were approved and accepted, they still don't appear when I click on my documents
the
or my, yeah, so I don't know what.
the
Send me
only
an
thing
email, and I
I
can look
can,
behind the scenes.
Okay.
Neil, not for
So,
nothing, the only thing I can guess is because it's such a specific thing, the international route, they may hold on to it internally and it may not, they might just not have a section of code set up for you to be able to view the international ones on your transcript yet.
but they
Yeah,
should because
you.
they're advanced, like security. They have a lot to do with TR,
It
security.
might just be internal at that point, and they might just not have set up like the coding for the website to show it on the transcript to port it in.
So
It might
yeah,
just be internal.
Yeah, I don't know.
let's not get lost in that now. I'll check it out
Okay,
tomorrow, and
sorry, Neil.
if there's general interest, we can report back on it next
Right.
time.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Thanks.
Last thing here on your profile page, because remember we're still on your profile page, is community activities, which takes you to the Neighbors Helping Neighbors link. and a little bit of an update on the Neighbors Helping Neighbors stuff. The Okay. So finding neighbors who need your service, in other words, the program that we were doing where we were connecting gray shirts with people who had requested help,
Yeah.
that is in the process of being demobilized.
Yeah.
So what looks like is going, so there won't be any new requests for assistance showing up here. What looks like it will continue, we will continue to have, at least as far as I know today, is if you do something on your own, if you get out there, help a neighbor, even if it's making a phone call for them to help them get services, grabbing a prescription for them, a bag of groceries, when it starts to snow, shovel a walk, whatever. And because you can add your activity here and include the details of your service there, so we can continue to monitor what our gray shirts are doing. And in addition, if you want to, you can write up a story here to describe in a little more detail what's happening. Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is. All right. So if we now go, and I think this takes me to where I want to be. We're done with the profile menu, and I'm just going to go back to the main landing page that we have. And let's go across the top real quick. Calendar is a list of events organized as a calendar. You can sort this in a couple of different ways, and all of these things are a little more useful when we had live events. So, for example, if I'm in New York, or New Jersey, as everybody here is, one or the other, and I want to say, okay, I want to see all the events in New York and New Jersey that are coming up. Here they go. Here they are.
Oh wow, so that's what all that looks like on an actual computer. I'm used to
And
doing it
yeah,
on my mobile device.
well, because
Yeah,
this
it
does
has a different mobile view for sure. Yeah.
calendar does not work on mobile devices,
Right.
period. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll show you what does work. Okay, so I'm going to reset the filters. I want to look for, because it's all online now, I want to look for the national training, which is mostly command and general staff stuff. And I want to see what's being offered this weekend. Looks like everything's been stood down, but I want to see what's happening the following weekend. I can see that on Saturday we've got logistics section chief and planning section chief and recon advon. That's cool. And on Sunday we've got the safety officer class. So if I want to sign up for one of those based on the date, I could do it there. I can search by in-person events. I can look for all the in-person. Let's just see what's happening. Let me reset the filters here. Event subtype, delivery method, in-person let's go to the entire Northeast Territory. And we can see there's going to be a trailer inventory in Hartford. There's Sawyer event in Long Island. And then these are the food service projects that we're doing in the Bronx, Massachusetts, Philadelphia, etc. Know that those are all going to be demobilized, if not next week, the week after. That program is coming to an end. So if you want to spend a great day packing boxes of food, and we tend to pack meals for thousands of people in a day.
Oh, absolutely.
Those are available to you.
It's amazing.
Now,
Neil, just to interject real quick, while you are right in terms of on a mobile device calendar not necessarily working like this, it does give you the ability to click see all events, and it does still give you a layout and give you the ability to filter it by
does.
state, etc., and date.
Right.
But it doesn't show you all the stuff that you see there.
Right.
It
Well,
doesn't
see
show
all
you
of
little-
see all events is a misnomer, because you can see all the events here. So what this really should say is see the table view. So you can get to the
Yeah.
table view here, or if you go to the training center menu and you go to search for events, it will take you to the table view.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what it looks like on mobile.
And then you can filter the same way, and actually you can actually type things in here like New Jersey.
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
that's cool.
There's more filtering options on the computer. There's just event name, start date, and state on the mobile.
On the mobile, that is a known bug that has been reported.
Oh, okay. I actually wonder if I put it in desktop view on the mobile browser if it'll fix that.
Hey, pay attention. Pay attention. Okay.
It does.
So
Actually, it does.
attention.
Actually,
okay.
I
Oh, that's good.
I just clicked desktop view and it actually fixed it.
So on this training center, search for events takes you to the same place that all events does on the calendar. Okay. Find an online class are those online classes without a human being on the other side. These are all the self-paced things.
Yeah,
And
they're
for those
awesome.
of you who at Jersey Thursday last month before, I forgot now, where I gave you that big list of all the classes you could take, you can use that list, or you can scroll here, you can search. But all of these, when it says find an online class, what they're referring to are the self-paced classes.
And
Okay?
they're awesome. Yeah.
Now we also have flash learning, which are the really quick, it's sort of popcorn or cotton candy, mostly on COVID-19 safety. And there's some
Oh,
really
funny.
good stuff here.
Mm.
It's just a really quick, I'll just show you one. Sorry, closing the door for the dog again. You've got your quick agenda. You can start it. Boom, boom, boom. Here's the stuff. Okay. Give me some more. Boom, boom, boom. I'm all done. You know, it's really quick. It's really good. If you've got a little time and want to pick up some of the uh, the COVID-19 tips on staying safe and how to operate both at home and in the field in the COVID-19 world, there's some good stuff there.
Outside of
And
Team Rubicon, I'm actually thankful in this moment that I have a lot of that training stuff thanks to the health department.
right. Well, it's interesting. My neighbors sort of say, like, why are you doing that? I said, because I learned that at Team Rubicon mucking out. Okay, training center. Add external documents is the same menu item as was on the profile, just in a different place. My events is still my events, the same place that it was in the profile. So it's not going to take you to some weird new location. I'm just taking its sweet time to get there. And here's my Slacker fake account that still hasn't really done anything yet except pretend to sign up for things. Okay. I'm going to go to so we've run through this training center, help desk. Help desk is kind of confusing, but no, if you click on help, this is where you want to go. Don't have a TRUSA email. Click on open ticket. You can start a ticket here. Okay. If you want to start a ticket here, basically, if you go to this URL, which will be on your Linkorama, you can go directly there without having to do all that clicking. But you can have a ticket here. But wait, there's more. Okay. Oh, excuse me. This is your tickets. Boy, open a help. This is where you need to go. I'm sorry. I pointed the wrong link. Your tickets would be existing links. This is to open a new ticket. My apologies. Over here is service requests if you need to change your name or something like that. But here is the knowledge base. There's, I don't know, 100 questions answered here, everything from service animals to how to get reimbursed for expenses on an operation.
And that's what I am having an issue with. But go on.
Okay. We'll get back. We can get back to that. But no, you got to go down the menu. Click Help. Open a ticket. Browse knowledge base, and I will give you a direct link for that on the Linkorama also.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Just the last few things, then we'll open it up for questions. This is a store where you can buy cool shit. Under your name, you can go to My Registrations, which is the same as My Events. Why they're called two different things, I don't know. This is also a link to your profile, and this is logging out. Not much happening there under your name, except for security, you probably want to sign out when you're done.